Hello and welcome to this session on how to do agency and producer reconciliation. Here we are on the desktop. We are going to access reports. This is where we can access our commission reconciliation, which is our agency, and our producer reconciliation. We have made a few changes to the reconciliation reports, which are available in QQEvolution version 1.7.0 and above. For the most part, the reconciliations have changed the same. We've just made a few additions to them. Again, the changes are available in 1.7.0 and above. We're going to go ahead and open up the commission reconciliation, and this is for our agency. There is now a new screen here. This screen allows us to track any reconciliations we are in the middle of doing, which would be our open reconciliations, so that we can reopen it and continue on with our work. We can also look at closed reconciliations, ones that we have done and finished by applying the payments. The closed ones you can simply open up and view. You cannot do anything with them because you had finished them. But open ones, as I said, you can open them up and continue on with the reconciliation. And all the screens, you notice we have little help buttons that will show you the information for what everything means here, as well as we have some instructions here. So right now we're not going to open up an existing reconciliation. What I'm going to do is take you on as if you're actually doing a new one. So we would click on Create New Reconciliation. And this is a screen you're generally familiar with coming up first when you come in here. So we have our search criteria at the top here. We can choose the different effective dates. We can choose the agency. We can choose up to 5 if we'd like, our all agencies. We can choose various MGAs. And we can choose one or all companies are up to 5. So let's go ahead and let's say we want to narrow it down by company, because that's a good thing. Maybe you're just looking at the company's insurance statement and you just want to go down the line doing reconciliation. Let's do here. Now, you also can want to see unpaid. You can choose it. And if you want to see what you have paid, you can see paid or all of them together. We're going to go ahead and click on search. And up brings my outstanding reconciliations. As you see over here, it shows us what the premium of the policy is, what the total commission is, how much commission we've received to date, and how much is due now. Our system will track reconciliations, meaning maybe I have a $100 commission owed to the agency, but the carrier's only sent us $20. We could enter that $20 here, and the system will keep track of that $20 having been paid and $80 still being owed. It's very easy to reconcile. We simply select one we want. We can double click on it, or we can click the down arrow. It allows us to enter the amount we would like to reconcile. We hit OK, and now it listed on the bottom half. The items that are listed on the bottom half of the screen are ones that we are going to be applying the payments for. We can go ahead and select our next one. Now I'm going to double click on it. If they aren't paying me a whole amount, I can put in the amount they are paying me. Let's say they paid me $12.55 here. You will notice it recalculates how much is left that's owed, and it tells you balance after payment. I can click OK, and now this payment is ready to be applied. When you are finished reconciling all your entries, you can come to the top and you can choose Apply and Print, which will apply the payments throughout the system, and you are also allowed then to print out a report of what you've done. If you do not wish to print a report, you can simply choose Apply All Payments. We'll just strictly apply the payments. Or we have this new item, Save and Reconcile Later. This is for those days when you're in the middle of reconciling and you get interrupted and you don't have time to finish what you're doing, but yet you don't want to apply the payments yet. You don't have time to double check what you've done. You can choose Save and Reconcile Later, and this is going to ask us to put in a note to go along with our reconciliation. I'm just going to put in that it's a test of report. Hit OK. And now you see it here on our first screen under Open Reconciliations, because I did not apply the payments yet. And so then I can come back to this, and you can see these are the two that I was getting ready to apply payments to. And then I can go ahead and double check this and finish it up, or I can simply go ahead and bring back up the reconciliation I was doing. and then we can just continue on with it. And we can just continue forth. And here's the same ones that I just had up. These are the ones that I've already reconciled. Now let's go ahead and apply and print. It tells me what the total is. This allows you to double check with maybe you are actually going against a paper statement. You can check and make sure the totals are correct with each other. And it reconciles it for us, and now it brings up the report. So we have the agency commission current payment. So we have that report here that we can print out if we'd like, or you can export it to Excel. And that is how you reconcile your agency's commissions. If you happen to be using the new direct bill commission download, which is also available in QQEvolution 1.7.0 or greater, your agency's commission is reconciled for you. So when you come in here, you can actually view closed statements and see the ones that have actually been done for you if you would like to verify it. So the ones that are coming through the download for the direct bill commission statements are reconciled for you. But you might have some carriers that do not participate in this type of download, so you can do it manually as we have just shown. So I'm going to exit out of here and I'm going to open up the producer reconciliation. This is the same as the agency, except now we're dealing with our producers who are receiving the commission. It as well has this new screen where you can view open reconciliations, closed, or all of them. Again, we have descriptions on what to do and help to show you what the different items here mean. Let's go ahead and create a new reconciliation. This is the screen that you're used to normally seeing when you first come in here. Here we can choose to use effective dates for the search if we'd like. You can narrow it down by agency, up to 5 agencies or all agencies, as well as doing the unpaid, and you can see the paid ones or all of them together. So we can go ahead and choose, let's say, one producer that we would like to look at. Let's go ahead down here, and I'm going to select a producer that I know has some information on them, and click on search. And here comes up the one item. Now let me show you a little bit of difference here. If I did not use my search by effective dates, I uncheck that, but leave my other information the same and click on search. More items are going to show up. It shows all the outstanding items then for this producer instead of the ones that are outstanding based on the effective dates of the policy. Here to reconcile, you can check mark them. You can double click on one and you can go ahead and apply the payment. It thinks that you're going to apply this amount now, but if you're not, maybe I'm going to apply $5 instead. Again, it displays the balance after the payment. I can click OK. If I'm going to apply the whole amount, this would be right for me, so let's go ahead and click OK. And that is how you reconcile your producers. Down here at the bottom, you select the payment date, how you're paying the producer, and you can put in a description if you like, and it shows you the total of the payments that you've applied. Another item here, let's go up to the top, is producer history. We're going to go ahead and select that, and I'm going to keep it on the same producer. Now this gives me a history of this producer of every policy that I've been reconciling for them based on the date range I had selected in that box. One item, this report is not new, but one item that is new to the report is the named insured. We have now included the named insured on this. And you can choose to show as report, and it shows it as report, nice and large here. And you can go ahead and export this to Excel if you'd like, or print this out. It's a handy little item that you can hand to your producers if they'd like to see a history of the different commissions that they've been paid. You could also do the policies producer history. This comes in handy, especially when you're doing installment payments. Maybe you're doing a company like Travelers who gives you your commissions in installments. So since the agency is being paid in installments every month, you're going to be paying your producer in installments on that same policy as well, because you don't want to pay him if you're not paid. So you can go ahead and view the history for just one policy to see what has been paid. And that is how you do the producer reconciliation. Both of these are very simple to do. The agency and producer reconciliations are very easy to walk through. Now, when you're doing the direct bill commission download, It does reconcile your agency's commission for you, but it cannot do your producer. We do not know when your producer is getting paid. The system doesn't know to be able to automatically apply it for you. So the producer reconciliation does always manually have to be done. And again, it has the same feature as the agency does of save and reconcile later, where I can save this reconciliation. We're just going to put in test producers and hit OK, and now it's on my first screen. This is now considered an open reconciliation that I can go back into and continue reconciling and then apply the payments if I'd like. One other new item here we have is print only. So I could pull up my producers list here and I can simply do print only without reconciling anything, and I can have this report of everything, and I can print it out or export it to Excel. That is also a new item as well, to be able to print only this list without having to apply payments. And now we are completed with agency and producer reconciliation. Again, reconciliations have basically stayed the same, but this first screen on both of them is new, and it is available in version 1.7.0 of QQEvolution and above. Thank you very much.